Hey everybody, welcome back to the Booshakalaka I'm your host Tiffany, joined by my co-host Pierre.
You work the night shift, which means you know what she does to those poor animals in there. And she graces your palm as she walks by with her drippy Birkin bag full of monkey bits. So unless you'd like me to audit your deposit and hold it up to your predictably low salary, you're gonna do the smart thing and go back to your crossword puzzle, or else I'll have you fired and sued. What's a 6-letter word for fucked?
The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay, we're just gonna move on. Follow the House of Usher. I'm not gonna stop plugging it. Flaniverse.
Well, enjoy being by yourself on this one, okay?
Flaniverse.
One against one. Well, everybody, we are back with the titular Halloween movie, 1978, and I just have to give like a little, just a little warning. Not a warning, but this is more to myself. Because, you know, as we watch horror movies, I like to dissect, like, why would they do this? Why would they do this? Why would they do this? And I have to keep in mind that this movie came out in 1978. It is the beginning of our horror movies. It is the beginning of the tropes. So these are the trope OGs, because there were so many times I was like, this is dumb. Mm-hmm. But I have to suspend belief because this is one of our first ones. So I'm not going to be as harsh on this as I normally would be.
That is not fair. That's not fair. But okay. I understand what you're saying, but it's still not fair. Because there were a lot of WTF
what the fuck?
moments.
No. I still have some moments in my notes. But I'm saying I'm forgiving these. That's what I'm saying. Let me rephrase. I'm forgiving these because of 1970. So synopsis is: on a cold Halloween night in 1963, 6-year-old Michael Myers brutally murdered his 17-year-old sister, Judith. He was sentenced and locked away for 15 years. But on October 30th, 1978, while being transferred for a court date, a 21-year-old Michael Myers steals a car and escapes Smith's Grove. He returns to his quiet hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois, where he looks for his next victim.
Damn! The whole movie?
Hey.
Oh, okay. I mean, it was correct, but damn, it's like they just wrote down the movie plot. So yes, in 1963, we see it from his point of view. We see like a little kid in a clown costume. He sees his sister making out with a guy on the couch, and they go upstairs. He go inside, he grab a knife, he go upstairs after the guy leaves, after they're done having sex, and he just like hacks her up in the worst. Okay, this is 1978.
She didn't want to live. Because the way I would have Van Damme kicked him out that window like Maggie in Child's Play, especially when you see how small he is, I think this would have been more realistic if he was a teenager. If he was like 15.
I think it suspends the scary part if he's older, though. Because, you know, a crazy child.
Or let him have stabbed her in the back.
Yeah, the fact that she was sitting right there and got multiple stab wounds. Well, there were no stab wounds. Because I don't know if you looked, because I was like, well, where is she bleeding from? But okay, whatever.
She just had a little ketchup smeared all over her boobs that looked incredibly fake.
This was before stab wounds entered the horror franchise. Because you couldn't see it, like there was nothing, like she looked fine.
I did appreciate how the little kid, how they showed the eye holes on the mask. You see how small they were? This is why I can't really believe slashers that wear masks and stuff like that they can see and have that such a level of accuracy, because your view is obstructed. And I think that's why it was so realistic for Matthew Lillard's character in Scream, because he was all over the place, because you can't see through those things.
Yeah. And then they be getting hit and punched and kicked, and you know, like it's
hot in there. It is hot. That's number one. It's hot. Like, who wants to sit there and deal with all of that? Anyway, but yes. So little Mikey Mike kills Judith and goes out to the front door, and the parents come over there like, Michael? And they pull the mask off him, and he has the knife in his hand looking like,
well,
I was dreaming?
Like
he was like,
So yeah, 15 years later, it's Halloween again, and we are met with Dr. Loomis. I really watching this movie, though it terrified me, and Tiffany did not care. It was there was a bit of like heartwarming that was going on because I got all the reference. Like if you have seen Scream and then you watch this movie having not seen it before, you saw Scream, it just like washes over you. Like, oh, Dr. Loomis. Oh, go to the Mackenzies. We'll get to that later. But it was just like a lot of Scream. I was like, oh wow, like they literally just.
But with you saying that, this should have been really relatively tame for you.
I think it's the music. I think it's the music. The music.
I'm waiting for a remix.
Well, first of all, the editing in this movie, it shouldn't have been an hour and 30 minutes. This movie could have been 45. It was just a clean lot.
80. A clean 80.
Like it was a lot of just nothing going on, and that's what helped.
It was a lot of peekaboo.
Yes, and that's what helped as well. Honestly, we're gonna get to the funny parts. But yeah, so Dr. Loomis is in the car with the nurse. They're headed to the sanitarium because they're going to grab Michael and take him to his trial. I'm wondering, like, because
why at night?
He's only in a sanitarium, so I guess that's legal for a child to be. Because I'm like, why does he have to go to trial again? Now that he's an adult, now that he's 21, he has
why? Why at night?
This is another trope because this happened in Jack Frost, not only at night but during a winter storm. You know what I mean? It's like, why y'all be transporting these people at night? You can't see shit. Right. They can't see shit. Like, so they get to the sanitarium, baby, everybody outside. And we never get an explanation.
They get their Drew Barrymore on.
We never get an explanation as to why everyone's outside, but all the mental patients are outside. So Dr. Loomis is like, drive up to the gate.
I honestly think Michael knew they were coming. Because he knew he was going to trial. He knew, so he said it. I think he put it all in motion, even though he could have just waited for them to pull him out and killed them bitches in the car.
Yes, but ma'am, the 20 minutes we got of him stalking everybody could have been 20 minutes on showing us what happened over here. So yes, Dr. Loomis get out, he go to the gate. Baby, Michael crawl up the car while the nurse is having a smoke. There's a lot of smoking in this movie.
He crawled up there like a fucking orangutan.
Yeah, and just started he thought he was going to give her a new hairdo. She was like, nah, I already got my hair done. I don't need my hair done, Michael. He said, well, shit. All right. Let me borrow the car.
He just kept rubbing on her face. Yeah. And she was like, like, bitch, blare that horn and blare it good.
Yeah.
I would hit it till it broke.
Wouldn't have mattered because clearly no security works at the sanitarium. So she, she drives a little bit, I don't take your foot off the gas. You could die. But anyway, and so she like, fuck this. I don't get paid enough. So she jumped out of the car. Michael said, oh, well, since you're going to take a nap, I'm going to go ahead and take the car and get the wheels rotated. She says, okay, Michael, bye. And so Michael's gone. Michael.
Who taught him how to drive?
That was a question asked in the movie and we never got an answer. And it pissed me off. Maybe he was, I don't know, because like they don't have
it was TV. It was probably Dr. Loomis.
You know what? Michael knew how to drive before he even did all this.
That's why I said it would have been way more realistic if he was 15 years old.
Just so Michael's gone. And Dr. Loomis is like, holy shit. Oh no, the evil is out. The evil is out. You doing all this hooting and hollering. And I ain't heard you ain't gotten called not one cop. Like, we don't see any police. Like, he's like the only one in this movie who is showing urgency. The only one. And it was frustrating. That helped calm the fear down as well.
I think the thing is, it had been 15 years since the 6-year-old killed somebody. So now he's 21. And I think the town were just like, maybe the town didn't know that he was about to be taken to such and such place to have such and such, because the Myers family moved the hell out of there. Yeah. The Myers crew left. They buried Judith and got the fuck out of town. So yeah, I don't know. But they the next day we see Lori and her father.
Oh my god, I'm so glad she actually looks young in this movie. I'm sorry. But she looks old as hell. She looked old in Prom Night. I mean, I could see that she was young though. In Prom Night, it looked like she just came off the Freaky Friday set. So it was just
shut up. So we see her talking to her dad, and her dad tells her to drop these keys off at a house because he's the real estate mogul of Haddonfield, and somebody's going to view the house. Like, that is an old ass dilapidated house. Why would somebody go and view that without the real estate person there with them, without
aren't
a
they
hard
supposed
hat?
to like renovate and bake some cookies and shit?
Like, hello, have a little water at the front, maybe a couple bags of chips if you're feeling, crunchy. But anywho, so she sees Tommy running out, and Tommy's like, "Hey, can we do this tonight? Can we watch this movie? Can we do this? Eat these snacks, funyuns, bunions, greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes." And Lori's like, "That's coming up." And then Lori's like, "Yeah, sure." She seems very sweet, and Tommy seems very sweet as well. And she goes up to the house, and Tommy's like, no, we're not supposed to go up there. It's haunted. The boogeyman lives there. And Lori tells him, "Oh, it's okay. Watch this." So she goes up, she puts the key under the mat, and she turns around and they walk off. Michael's head comes into frame, looking out the little, it wasn't a peephole, like a peep window at the front door. And he's like, "Who's that young tenderoni?"
He's doing heavy perv breathing. His hair is nappy.
Oh my God.
I don't remember any of this, but then again, I've never seen the movie.
It was a lot of stuff.
I don't remember this in Halloween H2O. I don't remember this in Halloween H2O. Why are you breathing?
Oh, but you know what? That was a callback to when he looked out that mirror. We saw behind his head. Remember in H2O, Lori was right in front of him in H2O. Remember when? Yeah. So that was like a little callback right there. But anywho, so she's at school and she's learning about whatever, and she looks out the window and she sees this creepy older guy by a station wagon with a mask on.
So it's clearly Dick Cheney. And she's like, Cheney.
I hate to say it. I don't know who this is. He could walk right past me and I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
This was a callback to Scary Movie. This reminded me, remember when she's looking out the window and he got the hook, and then there she sees the note and it's like her and Bobby and he's stuffing the hot dog in her mouth. That's what it reminded me of. You remember that part?
Yeah, there were a lot of things in Scary Movie, the first one, that I was like, you could take this out and it'd still be a good movie.
So, yeah. And so she's creeped out and school's over.
But he stays there. Like, she looks twice out the window and he's still there. And then she looks again and he's driven away.
Because he had to finish up.
He should have went to go put gas in that car.
How did he? Because they said no. Because Haddonfield is 150 miles away
Haddonfield.
What did I say? Hattiesburg.
Somebody said hamburger.
Hattiesburg. It's homecoming. So it's 150 miles away from the sanatorium. Where did you get the money for gas, Mike? Did he siphon it out? Okay.
So I'm going to say, even if she had filled it up before she got there, it's still 150 miles to town. That's probably like maybe a half a tank, depending on what type of streets he's on. He's not probably the one on the interstate. He's probably on the county roads. So, your gas goes a little faster if you stop and go a lot. He made a couple pit stops, and then he drives around the town so many times. So I'm like, I don't know. We see Tommy again, and he's picked on.
Pissing me off. Because I feel you've seen all of them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because didn't they kill a child in one of these? I was hoping he was going to do that this movie. Because these bullies are just picking on him. They're like, the boogie's man going to get you. The boogie's man going to get you. And he's just trying to like get his pumpkin and make his jack-o'-lantern. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to have a good time.
Right.
Maybe they trip him and he falls on the pumpkin. Pumpkins are such weak fucking vegetables. Because I was just mad. I was like, damn, what a weak bitch. You just broke like that? But they talk about Humpty Dumpty. So yeah, and the kids run off, and then Michael grabs. Was he boiled? Michael grabs.
What are you talking about?
Michael grabs one of the kids. He's like, "Slow down, don't run. You're gonna hurt yourself." He's like, "Sorry, mister." And then Michael's like stalks Tommy a little bit. He's just doing a lot. Like he don't.
It was creepy. It was so creepy. Like,
and this also
perv central.
Self-awareness nowhere in this movie, because it's just like, I understand you may not always know when someone's staring at you, but I'm just one of those people. I got to look around and see if there's a fly, a dog.
I am nosy.
You know what I mean? Like, I just got to figure out what's going on. You got to be aware of your surroundings.
I'm like Marvin Gaye. I want to know what's going on.
I hate you. But everybody looks straight ahead. In this town, everybody looks straight ahead. Nobody, they don't know how to turn around. So Lori is out of school. And we skip back to Dr. Loomis because he's 73 miles away because he has to make a stop because there are payphones on the side of the road. Okay, I guess we should go back to that. But he sees a white sheet hanging and he realizes it's like Michael's dress. So he goes and he checks out it's like a mechanic's truck. And so the mechanic, I don't think he sees the dead body, he just sees the clothes. But yeah, the mechanic is dead. Michael stole his jumpsuit. And so he is going to wear this jumpsuit for the next 50 years.
Wait, 1978, almost 50 years.
Like
almost.
Like
almost.
What was the reason? Like, just wear your dress. So Michael's being heteronormative.
You could turn it into like a toga. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with that dress.
He's being heteronormative and we're not gonna allow it. So now Lori and her friends, they're from school. They got out from school and they're just walking home. She has the worst friends in the world. All they do is talk shit about her this whole walk. It's like, oh, you're a Girl Scout. Oh my God, you ain't having sex. She's like, boys don't like me because they think I'm smart. Girl, maybe it's
stupid.
Like, maybe it's bad as hell. Maybe it really smells broken pussy. So they just like ragging on her the whole time, and she's just taking it. And I'm like, damn. But she also
I don't know why she's putting up with Annie and Linda.
She's dressed the most conservative out of all of them. And as they're walking, this part made me laugh, and that's what, again, the fear was going up and down. But Michael said, I was like, why are you looking like that?
Oh, on the bush?
No, when he was driving in the car, and he was just like, I was like, why is he looking like that at them?
But she tells him, so this is the third time Lori has seen him. Well, the second, I'm sorry. So she saw him at the school, and then she saw him drive by her friends.
And who do they think it is? They think it's Paul or somebody else?
Ben Tramer.
Okay.
And I think.
Okay.
Or Paul or Bob, whoever. Because that's what the boyfriend's names were, Bob. Could you imagine a 15-year-old Bob? Anyway, Lori's like, oh shoot, guys, I forgot my chemistry book. And she turns around. That's when she sees the station wagon passing. And Linda yells, "Speed kills!" And Michael said, "Arr!" And then we just sit there for like 20 seconds.
And he said, and he said, that's what I thought. You ain't gonna say nothing else, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
And then he says,
repeat that.
And Tiffany, and then he says, bye-bye. And he drives, he turns the corner bye-bye. And drives off.
And he hears daybreak. If you only believe it should be daybreak.
And Lori's just freaked out the whole walk there. Like, she's like, oh my God. Like, she's like, you're gonna get us killed one day. I hate scary ass people. Girl, shut the fuck up.
Well, she leaves, but no, she leaves, or Linda leaves, and then Lori is like by a bush, and she sees him again.
Now, so that part, 3. Okay, now,
what's creepy?
It's honestly, I'm trying to think, what do you do in this situation? Because he just sits standing by the bush, and he go behind the bush, and she like, Annie, look, he behind there. So she gonna run in.
Right.
He like, oh no, it's just Ben. He want to go out with you. Lori run over there. She like, ha ha ha, I got you. Like, and she just like makes fun of her again. She's like, oh, you seeing stuff, you need to get your, like, and I'm like,
wait, we have no inkling to think that this girl is crazy. Like, right. I could see if she had been saying, if she was off her meds, you know, they love to say that. But there was nothing. She's just a regular girl. You guys are hanging out with her for a reason. You know,
and
she's
because
crazy.
She's so regular, why would she all of a sudden start making this stuff up? It's stuff like that. But Annie go to her house.
Yes.
And Lori go home. Baby Lori go upstairs. Why? Okay, there are a lot of open windows in this movie. But she goes to close the window. Baby Michael over there folding clothes from the clothesline. He said,
this is number 4.
He said, I had to wash my jumpsuit, so don't look down here because I'm a little bit nude. And he started folding clothes.
Number 4 in one day.
That's honestly all we needed. But like him stalking her around town, it just keeps happening. And I'm like, they can cut a lot of these scenes. Like, we get it. He's there. He sees her. It's creepy. It just keeps happening. I don't understand what the hell's going on.
At this point, she should have called the police and said, hey, there is a black man in a white Halloween mask. And I know because I saw his black arm. Everybody would have been there. It would have been over for him.
There are no black people in this movie. But Annie goes and picks up Lori. I don't know where the hell they're going because I don't remember where they were going. But she goes to pick her.
Snacks? I really don't know. I don't remember either.
She goes to pick her up and they smoke a cigarette, or was it supposed to be weed? Why were they holding it like that? Why was it yellow? But I guess
I think it was weed.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, it looks like a cigarette, but they're smoking weed. And then they go and she sees her dad is at the hardware store down the street. And
she didn't need to stop. She could have beep, bye-bye. She could have beep and drove past.
Because she's just like, oh my God, put it out. And I'm like, girl, what? You guys say hate it. You just saw him this morning. Like he's literally working at this point. So why would you stop? But she stops anyway. Like, Dad, what's going on? And he like, oh, somebody broke into the hardware store. It's a kid. He stole a mask, some knives, and some rope. And so Michael had
and a lead pipe.
He had
and a gun.
He had backup
and a candlestick.
And she just, I don't know, this banter was pointless. She like, oh, how you know it was a kid? Oh, well, because they stole these things. Okay.
I mean,
those seem like items.
Honestly, he should have stole some snacks while he was in there instead of eating a damn dog later in the movie.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Dr. Loomis show up. Nobody is paying this man any mind. He like, look, we gotta take care of this robbery. He like, look, I gotta talk to you. Well, you're gonna have to wait 10 minutes. And then Michael roll by. He say, hey, Dr. Loomis. And then he just keep on driving.
Beep,
like,
beep.
Michael is being
beep, Richie.
He's being so ghetto in this because the way he just, I hate him looking out that car like that. It's really be pissing me off. Like, don't turn your whole head, sir. Like, it's just
like the whole thing.
It takes me out of the movie because he turns his whole head. Like, stop rubbernecking.
It looks like before that. Yeah, so before that, Dr. Loomis got over to Judith Meyer's grave and saw that it was dug up. So he's like, okay, we know that he's here. And literally, he was literally following them again in the station wagon. Like, damn, bitch, how you know?
And it's 1978, so you're not even looking to think somebody's following you. Like, it's not, things were dangerous, but they weren't like, oh, I'm being stalked. Dangerous, like,
right, but come on, self-awareness is a thing, and she has none of it. I guess that's how it feels to be a privileged white girl in a affluent town.
He also, so Dr. Loomis and, because I hate these going back and forth between them two and the teens.
Lee is the
I just calling him Sheriff. So Sheriff Brackett.
Sheriff.
They go over to the Myers house and they go in. They see that a dog has been partially eaten.
Did you see the door was unlocked?
Yes. The dog.
Did people ever come tour the house?
The dog has been eaten, and he like, oh, he must have got hungry. He like, it could have been a skunk. And I was like, since when do skunks kill fucking dogs?
And eat
what
them?
Is this? Pepe Le Pew? He ain't ever touched no dog. So he like,
gosh.
No,
Pierre Escargot.
A man wouldn't have done that. I'm like, he's not a man. Okay, whatever. So
he's pure evil.
This part threw me off because Dr. Loomis don't ask for no backup. He tells the sheriff not to tell nobody about it. He like, oh, I'm just gonna stay here at the house. I was waiting for him to die. I was literally
he creeps throughout that neighborhood all night long.
By himself. Creep. It just, there are no street lights anyway. So Lori and Annie, they on the phone.
They have babysitting jobs for kids that live across the street from each other. I'm like, why didn't they just get one babysitter to watch both of them?
Maybe the parents, maybe the parents don't like each other. So Lori is
no, that's not true.
I'm just saying that's be the only reason why I couldn't kid go over there. So Annie's watching Lindsay across the street. Lori is watching Tommy. They're watching the thing, and then they're gonna make jack-o'-lanterns and go through comic books and stuff. His parents don't like him reading comic books. I still didn't understand why. Like okay, whatever. But yeah, Tommy's a cute little kid, and he just wants to make a jack-o'-lantern. So this part could have been cut out of the movie. So she on the phone with Annie, and they just having girl talk. Annie spills this much butter. She spills a drop of butter on her clothes, and she's like, "Damn, let me get fully naked in the kitchen." So she gets fully naked. Michael over there, he's pleasuring himself through the window. Again, no self-awareness. He literally right there. It's like she's 5 feet away from him, and he's just watching. So she put on a little t-shirt, a little like button-up shirt. I guess it was the dad's. It was big as hell. And she's like, oh my God, I gotta wash my clothes. You spilled it on your shirt. And Michael out there,
go to the kitchen and start to dabbing with the towel.
Isn't she in the kitchen? Yeah,
I mean, I'm saying just start to dabbing. Like, there's no reason for you to take anything off.
But it had to be done. So Michael, he get mad because he see she puts clothes back on, so he knocks over a potted plant, and then the dog go barking. This dog do not like Annie, but it don't like Michael either. So Michael just has to pick it up and strangle it. So that's the second dog he done kills in this movie. There's a lot of animal like cruelty. I'm like, oh my god, nobody ever talks about that. So yeah, she has to go wash her clothes now. Tiffany, why is the washer and dryer like 20 feet away from the house?
Oh, in the garage. You know, garages weren't, which is weird to me. So, like, garages were not attached back then. What I don't understand is, like, living somewhere where, like, Illinois, where it snows. I want my garage to be attached to my house. I don't want to walk outside and deal with snow to get into my car when I could just, get into my car from the house. So, yeah, a lot of old houses are built like that, for sure.
It pissed me off. She goes and she washes her clothes. She put a lot of damn Tide powder in there for one set of clothing. And Michael locks her inside the garage. And she's like, oh no, Paul's gonna call. She's all hot, heavy, and horny. So
Paul start decentering men.
Paul does call. And Lindsay trying to watch, I don't know, The Blob. And he like, hey, go tell her I'm on the phone. She's like, Lindsay like, fine, fucker. So she goes, she unlocks the door. This girl trying to climb out the window. Michael's just looking at her. Just a lot was going on for no reason. He could have been killed this girl. But Lindsay goes, she unlocked the door. They walk back. She's like, Paul's on the phone. Paul calling. He like, look, my parents are gone. I want some coochie. She like, look, come over. He like, does he live too far away? I didn't understand this because he's like, drive over and come get me.
But Watching's probably like a mile away. He could have, if he really wanted it, he would have got to trekking.
Hello. But I guess because he's grounded, he does. I didn't understand the point because she's like, I'm gonna go. I thought she was gonna get him and bring him back to the house, but whatever. We never see Paul. It don't matter. So yeah, so she decides. She calls. No, she walks over across the street to Tommy's. She's like, Lori, watch this little badass girl so I can go get some dick. Lori like,
what else? Right before that, this
was
the part of the movie that really made me the most upset. Tommy's looking out the window. And he sees Michael. He sees him. And he runs and tells Lori, I saw the boogeyman outside. And Lori's like, there's nobody outside. You have literally seen this guy 4 times today. And you just dismiss this baby like this? She deserved what was coming to her.
Well, she didn't know. She didn't see the boogeyman. She saw a man.
Okay.
Michael just be standing there looking.
I just thought that was unbelievable. I thought it was unbelievable. But like you said, Annie takes Lindsay over to the house. Like, girl, you can go one night without penis.
Not Halloween night. And she goes. She's gonna go take. I thought she had her own car. Why is she taking their car?
Yo, I know the parents were fucking pissed when they got home.
Why they got to sell their house?
Right.
So do any of these characters come back? Like, do we ever see Tommy, Lindsay, anything like that?
Sure. So yeah, no. I don't know about Lindsay, but Tommy Doyle is a character, a main character in one of I think Halloween 5 or 6 or one of those. He definitely does come back, and I think he is a character in the newer Halloween iterations that came out in 2018.
So he's surviving.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes. So Tommy does come back. But yeah, so Annie goes to get in the car, and she's like, my Paul. La, la, la,
it must be good, because, girl.
She sat down, but Michael's like, I don't want to hit his shit. And he says, good night, asshole, and puts a jump rope around her neck. He doesn't put a jump rope.
He starts strangling her.
Uses her hand. I feel like she could have got out.
Baby. Okay, I was like, how are you going to
just let this? It wasn't a 4-door car. It was a 2-seat.
It was a 2-seater, and he didn't even have both hands around her neck. He had one, and she's using both hands to try to get his hand off. I'm like, just open the door and you'll fall out.
And run.
Gravity is going to help you in this situation. But
play dead. It takes a long time to strangle somebody. Play dead.
Clearly,
and when she died, it was so fake.
He strangled her for 10 minutes. Bad. He strangled her for 10 minutes while she was in the car, just and then he cuts her with the knife, and then she just. And she just rests on the horn. And Michael's like, that's too loud. Get off the horn.
Oh my God. I could not believe how she died like that. I can't believe they left that in the movie. John Carpenter, shame on you.
So Tommy is trying to scare Lindsay as they're watching the movie. So he goes and hides behind like the curtain, and he's like saying like, "Hey, Lindsay," like trying to scare. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But then he looks behind him at the window because he knows how to look behind himself. He see Michael carrying the bride into the house about to make love to her, baby. And so Lindsay get up, they scare each other, they start screaming, the boogeyman, the boogeyman. Lori like, shut the fuck up before you have to go to bed. Quite literally. She's like, I'm not dealing, like, bitch, stop playing with me. I'm trying to like, I don't know what she's doing at this point, baking cookies. She's like,
either. I think, well, she was getting the pumpkin prep.
He don't want to do it no more, Lindsay there. So she's like, you better stop.
Favorite part of the movie coming up. This is my favorite part.
Of course it is.
So
this is the part where that's on screen.
No, Loomis is back at the Myers house, and we see Tommy's bullies in the front of the house, and they're daring Lonnie to go in. They're like, Lonnie, you chicken, you chicken, you pussy, like Kincaid off of Friday or Freddie. Jason, Freddie, you pussy, Friday. Could you imagine a Friday parody with Jason and Freddie as Craig and Smokey?
Stop, because you know they clearly watch us. Please stop.
But Freddie is definitely Smokey because he got burnt up. I'm so funny. Anyway, so he's like, hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from here.
Lonnie said, you ain't gotta tell me twice. They run off.
He hit that shit runner like the road runner. He was not, they weren't some scary ass bullies. That's what they really were. So
right. And so Mr. Loomis, he looked behind him. Everybody looks behind him and start finding out shit. He go running down the street. He see his car. He like, wait a minute. This motherfucker didn't fill up the tank. So he knows that Michael is like, even though he knew Michael was there, he knows Michael is there and he's close at this point.
He knows, yeah, close by. So now we got Linda and Bob show up at Lindsay's house, and it's empty because, you know, Annie was supposed to get Paul. Annie didn't go get Paul. So Paul's sitting at home like, what the fuck? You know, he waiting. He got his bags is packed in there. His overnight bag is packed in everything. His go bag. These two, because they're waiting on Annie, they decide to just go bang in Lindsay's house. Lindsay's parents' house.
That confused me because I couldn't understand what Annie's plan was, because Lori's like, oh, she went by Paul, but she should be back by now. And Linda takes that as she's gonna be gone the whole night. I didn't understand how she got that.
No, I guess she thought that they just were getting it hot and heavy at his house with his parents there. I don't know. That was really weird. But they have sex. They finish, and then she lights up a cigarette in Lindsay's house.
And then
how disrespectful can you be? How disrespectful can you be?
That sex didn't seem okay. It just okay.
It wasn't. Look, it wasn't like Tina and what's the guy's name from Friday the 13th or from Nightmare on Elm Street?
Damn, the fact that I forgot. I don't know, Draco. Malfoy. I don't know.
I don't know what it is either. But Bob goes downstairs to go grab a beer for Linda. He ain't gonna get that
and
beer.
He goes to look. This reminded me of Jack Frost. He goes to get the beer, and the door opens, and he's like, "Who's there?" And he goes and he closes the door, and then for some reason,
fucking Frosty.
For some reason, he opens up the pantry, and Michael says, "It ain't fucking Frosty," and he strangles him. He lifts him up, and then he stabs him, and he's stuck to the wall.
That knife was not that long, and he didn't use enough force either.
No,
because you got to rev that shit up. You got to rev it up.
Okay, so we get to the part where they're watching this movie and scream, and so she's in the bed smoking, and she's just like, and here comes the obligatory tit shot, and it was not as amazing as I thought it was, but okay. But yeah, she so basically Michael done cut up 2 holes in a sheet. He done took Bob's glasses.
KKK.
He's racist. He puts the sheet on. He puts on Bob's glasses. How are you saying anything? Because you don't have a prescription, sir. And
wait. He has a mask on and a sheet over that and glasses, but she can't see a goddamn thing.
He's determined. So Linda's standing there trying to talk to him like, you like what you see? Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And he's just standing there. He's not breathing at this point though, but he's standing there. And she's just like, you're not going to answer me? I got annoyed in this movie. We'll get to this a bit later. I may just jumpstart it now because I kept thinking about you. And,
do your thing, cuz.
And I kept thinking about how you're like, I don't have friends who would do this weird shit. Because throughout the most of the end, we're at part 3 by now, the climax, act 3. So there's just a lot of, hey, you guys stop playing. Hey, stop this. Even with Linda telling Bob, like, are you not going to answer? Like, I'm not dating somebody who just going to be like, at this point, you're a ghost. Ooh, what are you still being quiet for? I got to stop fucking with you after tonight. Because what kind of games are we playing? I wish the fuck my friends or my man would do some shit like this to me.
I got a trick and a treat for your ass. I'm out of here. Like, nah.
Like, it's just, right. I don't understand what this is supposed, like, this is not foreplay. And so.
No, because he was talking her head off the whole time.
Right.
Before that, yeah.
And now he's just silent, and she like, I'm not paying you no motherfucking mind. She gets up, she called Lori again, and she like, hey girl, what's going on? What's going on? When Annie come back? What's going on? She trying to talk to her, baby. Michael run. Now he start run. He ain't ever ran in this movie. He run up and just strangle her with the phone cord, and it honestly sounds like they're having sex. The fact that Lori didn't get that, because I would have hung up the phone, I'd been like, why did y'all call me with this sex bullshit again? Friends. I don't want to hear your man making orgasmic sounds. And I definitely don't want to hear you getting fucked. But yeah, she's just like, oh. And Lori's like, come on now, stop playing. What about this is funny?
That's a good question. Who knows? But
so yeah, baby, Michael killed that girl on the phone. And then after he kills her, he get on the phone. He say, hey, Lori, I'm about to come kill you. She say, Michael, stop playing. Like, I don't even know you like that. I barely know you right now. I don't even know who you are. He like, stop playing with me, bitch. Come over. She like, I'll be by later. So she hang up the phone. She put the kids to bed. And so she's just looking. Now this, again, we spend 50 minutes of the film of her just looking out the window, wondering, thinking, guessing. And then she finally decides to walk over there.
Hoping and wishing and praying. Mm-hmm.
She does call back. This part took me out.
No, she tries to call back, but it says that the phone is dead. Like, did he cut the phone line?
You know, Michael just be doing shit. Maybe probably he got a knife.
Because it's not connected to the power.
That
was a house phone. I mean, a landline.
Oh, maybe he just cut the cord. Wouldn't that just?
Well, for some reason, yeah. Okay, whatever.
Maybe he cut all. No, because there's a phone downstairs too. He cut every cord in the house. She can't get through. So this part took me out because I was like, how did people used to do this and think that was okay? That whole turn of anyway.
I don't know what you're doing.
When on the phone, ching, ching, to die. Because we press buttons.
Sir, it's called a rotary phone.
I don't listen to hip hop. And Lori is like, they playing with me. She sees the light go on and off in the house. So she walk over there. Did she lock the door?
The start of our
Did she lock the door behind her? Because I
don't know what was going on with those doors.
Okay.
Yeah, so she goes in. It's our final girl. Find the dead body circuit. I had to give it grace because it was the first one.
So she finds whose dead body does she find first? She finds Annie's dead body. And then she
finds Annie on the bed.
Yeah, and
with
she and
Judith
the tombstone.
Myers' pristine ass tombstone. It's been 15 years. Who was cleaning Judith's tombstone?
Because the Myers don't live there no more.
Hello, it was pristine.
I don't understand the point, and I don't understand why he set that up. He doesn't explain it because he doesn't talk. And then she goes and boom, there comes Bob in the closet. He's swinging. Then she sees Linda. I mean, it was Linda in the, or was it Linda? Now she sees Linda in the closet. Who was opening these doors?
Coming out the closet.
Who was opening these doors?
I don't know, but so Michael doesn't give you, that scene was scary. That scene was scary.
No, that part.
So she
absolutely not. I wasn't even expecting that. So she's, of course, her friends are dead.
Oh my
god. So
gosh.
she's hyperventilating. She's like outside the room. She's just breathing, trying to, catch herself. Baby Michael said, "What's up, girl? Say, girl."
He said, "Oh,
say,
my
girl.
light is over here." Oh my god.
He said, "Lori, this is my bad side." And
Suzanne Summers.
So
that was scary. But he came in and he immediately slashed her arm. He never tried to come down on anybody like that. And he comes down on her arm, slashes her arm, and she just flails off the banister and hits the stairs.
Honestly,
but she's like, "Okay, I was attacked. Let me get up to start running."
Honestly, I give her grace. Because that would have put me down too. But it's like...
Because that came out of nowhere. Because she didn't even see what happened to her. Yeah, so that is kind of scary.
But it's like, okay, Tiffany's excuse, adrenaline. Baby, she hobbles to the door. She's trying to get out of every single door. Michael done barricaded this house down. Now, she did piss me off when she got to the kitchen. Because she gets to the kitchen, she closed the door behind her, and she's trying to get out of the, what do you call this? I don't know, a patio door? The door is made of glass, y'all. He has a rake in front of it that's visible, so she sees that the rake is up against the door. She don't try to grab a frying pan, some nuts, I don't know,
chair,
anything. She don't try to break this door down
her
at all. She just
foot. Kablam,
they wore clogs back in the 70s, so she got some hard shoes. She don't try none of that. She just sits on the ground and
but she does eventually break the glass and gets up out of there. She runs out screaming bloody murder, and
she go to every damn house on the block. Nobody's home on Halloween night. Where are the kids getting the candy?
We saw some kids trick-or-treating too. That was weird.
Yeah. But then, so she said, "Oh, fuck it. Y'all ain't helping me." So she hobbles to Tommy's house. The door is locked. No one is going to explain to me how the door is locked.
I don't know, but Tommy does eventually open the door for her after, because he was like, "Oh, hold on a second, I'm sleeping here." He gets down there, opens, and she's like, "Tommy, you and Lindsay need to go hide. Please hide now."
He said, "Wait,
this is the part.
He said,
"This is the part where she tries to use the phone."
She said, "Look." She said, "Just do what I say, goddammit." Because he was asking too many fucking questions for me. Bitch, do what I say. So yeah, she tried to use the phone. No phone. Baby,
she tried to barricade the door.
Then she turned around.
The window was already open.
Baby, again, and the wind is blowing in Illinois.
The wind is howling like the banshees.
Oh no! Like SpongeBob. So I don't know, she just sits on the couch. She sits by the couch. She grabs some sewing needles. Baby Michael said, "Peekaboo, slash." He stabs the couch. So she stabs him in the neck with the sewing needle, which I thought was good. But again, like Tiffany says in all these reviews, stab him multiple times. We gotta
cut his throat off.
But she just thinks he's dead because he's on the ground. She grabs his knife and she heads upstairs. And she's like, "Kids, everything's gonna be okay." Michael said, "Psych." He walked up the stairs slow as hell. He's such an asshole for this. So she gets the kids and she has them go hide in another room. She go in another room and she barricades herself in the closet in an enclosed space. She ties a knot around it because she's a Girl Scout, and she hides in the closet. Michael's 21-year-old ass breaks down every door possible. He break in there and he just start knocking the hangers down. I remember this scene from Scream. I don't understand. It seemed more dramatic. Halloween looks scarier in Scream than it did in this scene. Because I was like, "Girl, get up." He's sitting up there. "Where are my clothes? None of my clothes are here. Where are my clothes?" And she just, ow. So she has time to take apart a wire hanger and she stabs him in the eye. And he's like, "Ow, that hurts so bad." And he drops his knife. So then she grabs the knife and she just lunges it and stabs him and he falls. And he's like, "Ow, that hurt." And then she gets out the closet and she tells the kids, "Go to the McKenzie's." They say, "I'm not telling her. I'm not telling her." And they go outside. They just go outside.
Casey, baby, is that you?
Oh my God, I can hear. Baby, Tommy and Lindsay don't waste no time. They scream the whole way to the beginning. which I didn't understand why Lori decided to stay. I didn't understand that part.
I don't either.
I understand sending them ahead, but why are you still in the house?
No, I'm putting one shoulder over Tommy. I'm putting another shoulder over Lindsay. Y'all about to help me to the McKenzies. Like, let's hit.
She turned her back on his dead body. Are you insane?
Oh my God, she kept doing that. But Dr. Loomis sees the kids running, and he's like, bingo, this is where he is.
So Lori looking, I don't know, she looking at the stairs, contemplating her life at this point. Michael say, I was.
He gets up like a vampire.
Like, so Nosferatu walks over, and he heads over. He starts grabbing this girl up again. At this point, Lori, fuck you, because you have not tried to survive this entire movie, and I'm tired of it. So he choking her. She manages to pull off his mask to reveal a very attractive Michael Myers. And I was like, Michael, what's wrong, babe? What's wrong, dude? He's not as ugly as I thought. I guess I thought he was gonna look like Jason Voorhees. And baby, Dr. Loomis don't waste no time. Michael put that mask back on. He say, pop, pop, pop. He just keep popping him until he shoots him out of the window. And Michael falls from the second story to his owie. And so, Lori just over there frantic. She not even Dr. Loomis turned for 5 seconds, Michael gone. And then the movie ends. And we just hear heavy breathing for another 15 minutes. This movie could have been 45 minutes long. And does this heavy breathing ever come back in any of the sequels? Because I'm like, where is it? I've never heard anybody say he breathes heavy.
Mm-hmm. We always get a POV from Michael. Always. Always. Yeah.
Not he the star. Not he the HBIC.
We really got POV from him Halloween Resurrection because it was the webcam. They had their own.
Yeah, the music in this movie was the scariest thing. The music is very scary. So that was Halloween. I conquered my fear, but I was also.
It's not that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but I'm still not watching the rest. God damn it, I'll be damned.
I don't think any of them are remotely as spooky as that one.
Well, okay, so now we're at the end. So now I have to ask questions. So, because I know the lore, I know Lori is his sister, but how did she not know? Like, how did this happen?
Because she was supposed to have been adopted by the other family.
Oh, so the Myers gave away all their children.
Well, they killed one. Well, Michael killed one. They gave Michael to the sanitarium, and then they gave the baby to the Strode family.
Because they didn't explain that in this movie.
They changed that lore in the newer Halloweens, where he was just a creep. He was just a crazy person killing people.
So they're not related anymore?
Like, she showed up to his house and left the key down there. Michael said, "You will not invite unwanted visitors to my house, so I'm gonna kill you." That's why I killed him, because she let people come in his house.
So are they not related anymore? That was like a whole
not in the new iteration, no. But in the Rob Zombie and in the John Carpenter's, yes, they're related. But in the newest one, they're not.
That was like a whole thing.
Yeah, he was just supposed to be pure evil. But anywho, so for Halloween 1978, I'm gonna give it. I still thought it was pretty good, but again, it was too damn long. I'm gonna give 7.5 out of 10. You're right. It could have been a not a short story, but a little short film. Yes, it could have been 35, 45 minutes. No doubt. But it was creating the atmosphere. So it was tense. It was creepy. Michael know how to hide, baby. With that white ass mask on. How the hell is he hiding with that white?
And his nappy ass hair. I'll give it a 7. It held up to what Casey said about it. It was basically about a guy in a white mask who walked around and stalked babysitters. That's really all you get from it. You don't get any rhyme or reason as to why he's doing any of this. Do they ever explain it? Like, do they ever explain why he killed his sister?
Pure evil. A lot of it changes. Like, it gets
because I know they said the second Halloween,
but like
wasn't a sequel.
It gets weird.
Oh, they said the second. Okay,
the third. Okay, the third one wasn't.
Because 4
so
is
they were supposed to be. So they wanted them initially to be one-offs based around Halloween. So the Michael Myers story is supposed to just be a one-off. But then Michael was like, everybody loved the character, so that's why they did a sequel. And the sequel revolved around Laurie Strode, Michael Myers in a hospital, basically later that evening. So it continues the same night. And then the third one is when they veered off and made their own movie So it's completely different. Like they mentioned Michael Myers. I think you see him like on a TV screen, but he's not physically in the movie. Like the killer is somebody completely different. And then 4 is called The Return of Michael Myers because a lot of people hated part 3 and wanted to bring Michael back. So they bring him back in the 4th one.
How many of these movies are there?
Probably at least 10.
Damn.
If you include the new iteration. So, okay, Return of Michael Myers was 4, and I know 5, and I know 6, and then I think after 6 was Halloween Resurrection, so that's 7, or Halloween H2O is 7, Halloween Resurrection is 8, and then the 3 new movies, that would be 11.
Damn.
Oh, then plus the Rob Zombie 2 movies. 13.
I heard people hated those though. They said it was just. They said they were terrible.
They were really brutal. I mean, if you've seen Rob Zombie movie, you've pretty much seen them all.
Mm.
Real family, terrible family dynamics in his movies. Right. Okay. I mean, everybody's cussing everybody out. You know those friends that when you went up to their house and they started cussing their mom out and you were like, what is going on here? We both know.
That I was about to say, so you mean my house?
I was like, I remember the first time I went by, I was like, what is going on? How is this a thing? But yeah, guys, so that will do it for 1978's Halloweeny. Please be sure to join us next week with what is probably going to be our best review yet. We're looking at Teen Witch.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you forget that?
I don't know, because I was so scared. I was like, wait.
It's such a scary movie. I would advise you guys to watch it before we review it because it's going to be great. It's going to have a lot of references, and I am Team Louise.
We'll see about that.
I want to be the most popular girl. Bye.
Bye.
Where did you hide it, Dan?